we're gonna take a break and see what's going on with the class changes. All right, let's see. What do we got? Pandaren, Wandering Isle, Starting Zone Gear, Transmogable, and 1005. There we go. There's gonna be so many Wowhead posts about all the Transmog poor and common gear that you can do. It's gonna be insane. Transmogging goes up by 1,000%. So here's the Thundering hotfix stuff. So basically, the combination of Thundering will now be 2 marks of lightning and 3 marks of wind. The tank will always be mark of wind. That's the change. Oh, the comment should be juicy. Why change it to 3 negative when it was already always 3 positive? Could have just gave the tank positive always, or just give the tank negative. Does it really matter which one you give the tank? Like, we were telling you this was going to be a problem since beta, and it's only just now getting added. And yet again, why have the visuals changed for the affix from beta? Visuals were hard to miss, and now the visuals blends in with half the crap in these dungeons. Nice. Now remove Thundering, please. It's the worst seasonal affix ever. You know what? I'm going to agree with them. I think the money hater is correct. 100%. I think it is the worst one ever. I don't like it at all. I haven't liked it since the first day it came out on alpha and beta, or beta. It's plain as day. The fact that interview in Nagura, the encounters designer, said, you know, we're happy with the way Thundering is going. I'm like, y'all not reading the room right now. You know what I'm saying? The room is not being read. At this point, like, now that we're getting, like, you know, we're about to hit 2 months into the expansion, 6 weeks into, we're week 6 into the season, and we still got a long way to go. We still got about 2-3 more months of the season left, right? I would just change it now to just be the opposite of what it is, just to make people happy, right? Instead of having to do DPS, then clear, I would clear and then increase DPS. That's what I would do. I would just flip the switch on it. Thank God. Now remove the entire affix and start over because it's not fun at all. Damn, dude. My man. Now just get rid of the affix. There's nothing good with it. Most people clear right away, so you get 0 benefit. And sometimes when you do touch someone to clear, it doesn't clear. More times than not, it comes up when you are out of combat. Seen more dead keys from this damn affix than any other seasonal affix. Damn. Removing the dumbest affix ever completely would be a better change. Did you guys watch the video with Nagura and that tone deaf developer? He actually stated they are happy with this god-awful affix. That's what I just said. I want to say tone deaf. I would just say definitely not reading the room right. All right, here we go. Oh, by the way, the AWC happened yesterday. Who won? I wasn't watching, but had good viewership, though. Had, what, 15,000 people watching. What do they have on YouTube? Like 4 or 5K if they were lucky? You know what I'm saying? Like, good shit if you ask me. Worgen and Goblin starting character gear transmogable. Beef Bar, world first, Yogg 0 and Algalon kill. After how long? How long did it take him? What was it, like an hour and 10 minutes to kill Yogg 0? Something like that. Ulduar hard, bro. You know what's funny? Like, every stream of Ulduar already is GDKP runs, too. I was watching Pre-Fox this morning, and I was like, bro, he's running three Ulduar GDKP runs already. And I'm just like, what the fuck? It's day 2. What the hell's going on, man? They streamed on both, double dipping, baby. Oh yeah. Well, there should have been results from yesterday, right? What were the results from yesterday? Well, let me see if I can. So what do we got? So this is the European bracket. So when's the NA bracket? Is that next week? You got the Poggers. You got the Agents, the Fiends, CGN, Creed, Ultima Soltu, My Way team, and Team Hoo. Oh, today? Okay, so bracket 1 EU, bracket 1 NA. So at the end of this, what happened? Oh no, this is the North American bracket. What we got? Golden Guardians. Yo, when are they gonna win something, bro? I'm dying for GG to win something soon. Seriously, man, like, please. All right, now for the actual tunings. All right, in addition to the class changes that are part of the 10.05 patch, during scheduled weekly maintenance, we would make a number of tuning adjustments. All right, so we got balance for Druid. Fixed an issue where cosmic rapidity did not increase the frequency of shooting stars to occur based on the increased rate of Moonfire, Sun, and Stellar. Lunar Eclipse now increases the damage Starfire does to nearby enemies by 30%, was 50. Huh. Interesting. The redesign of Lunar Eclipse proved to be a bit overtuned during testing, so we're re-inning it. Relining it? Re-inning it. Is that a word? Re-inning? Bringing it in? Again? Inning? Re-inning it in a bit. I've never heard that word before. The current tuning should still make Lunar Eclipse the ideal state for when you're dealing with multiple enemies at once. Sounds like raining. Oh, raining it in. Reining it in. Yeah. Yeah, Towellee's cute. I'm such a troll. We're fixing an unintended bug caught during testing that caused shooting stars to not benefit from cosmic rapidity. So nothing really changes. Boom can still do a lot of good AoE damage. News at 10. News at 10. All right, restoration. Verdancy healing reduced by 10% for the resto druids. Adaptive swarm now increases the effectiveness of periodic effects by 20%, was 25. Adaptive storm healing and damage reduced by 10%. Dream state now reduces cooldowns by up to 20 seconds, while channeling tranquility was 15. You're making targeted adjustments primarily aimed at resto druids mythic plus performance. Our goal is to also avoid much impact of their raid performance. Mage, all fire damage increased by 5%. Frost, all ability damage increased by 5%. That's Blizzard's way of saying, we don't know what to do about Arcane, just buff the other shit by a certain percentage and fuck all, let's see what happens. I always call that the Blizzard bucket changes. Like, whatever, dude, just here's 5%, let's see what happens. Add another 10% to that and maybe it'll get played. True. Monk Mistweaver, Lesson of Despair now increases critical strike while above 50% health, was 80. That's actually pretty crazy. This is an adjustment to the 10.05 PTR values for this ability. Holy Paladin, Barrier of Faith now accumulates 50% of effective Flash of Light, and Holy Light healing was 40. Disc Priest. All right, Disc Priest, here we go. Flash healing. Flash healing increased by 25%. Renew healing, 25% increase. Power Word Radiance, 100% increase. Ultimate Radiance increases the healing done by Power Word Radiance by 10%, was 100%. Sins of the Many increases damage dealt by 40% at its highest effectiveness, was 30. Divine Aegis creates a protective shield for 6% of critical healing done, was 5 to 10. So the notes for the dev says our changes to disc are aimed at improving the spec's ability to react to burst damage, especially in dungeons. At the same time, we're tuning down a talent that's contributing more than we intended for discipline's overall healing. Between these tuning changes and the talent changes in 10.05, we expect this to be slightly more effective in raids and significantly more effective in dungeons. Jack is very happy right now. That was a good trade-off. Outlaw Rogue, combat stamina bonus reduced to 5%, was 10. Developer notes, Outlaw survivability and challenging content has been consistently higher than what we expect and intend. As a result, we are reducing combat stamina's bonus to a value more appropriate for its position and single point cost. Killing Spree damage reduction value reduced from 65% to 35%. This is based off 10.05 PTR values. Here we go, boys. The moment you've been waiting for.
Shit.
Shaman. Healing Surge. Healing increased by 15%. Mana Spring now restores 400 mana. Was 2. So this is just Shaman. Totemic Surge reduces the cooldown of totems by 3 seconds, 6 seconds, was 2-4. Ellie. Flame Shock damage increased by 10. Chain Lightning by 10. Lava Beam by 10. Earthquake by 10. Resto. Healing Wave healing increased by 6%. Acid Rain damage increased by 120%. Flame Shock damage increased by 20 for Resto only. Lava Burst 20. Resto only. Master of Elements increases the effectiveness of the Shaman's next nature, physical or frostbite by 20%, was 10. I think people are still playing Evoker. That's just me, but I'm happy to see some sort of buff to fucking Resto Shamans, because I love Resto Shamans. These changes for both Elemental and Resto are aimed at improving their capabilities in dungeon content. We feel Restoration is lacking in reactive healing as well as damage contribution. Nah, bro, you don't understand. Resto's lacking everywhere. They don't exist. They lack as an existence. Not like their healing is lacking. They just don't exist. There's a lack of them. That's what's lacking, is them in general. So we're increasing single target heals and a few damage abilities and talents. We're also increasing the effectiveness of Master of Elements, which is intended to encourage weaving in damage spells while healing. Enhanced's pretty legit. They'll stay legit. Here we go. Warlock's Affliction. So once again, these are all new tuning changes that are being added on top of what was already stated earlier in the week. Affliction, Harvester of Souls damage increased by 25%. Demonology. Reign of Tyranny causes Demonic Tyrant to deal 7% additional damage for each stack of Demonic Servitude. Active at the time of his summon was 5. Overall, we're happy with Demonology's AoE capabilities. However, we feel their single target profile needs a bit of help. We're increasing the damage output of Reign of Tyranny. To accomplish this, ideally Reign of Tyranny serves as a strong single target oriented choice in comparison to Grand Warlock's design, which works well in content like Mythic Plus. Yeah, play Resto, Shaman. They are good sleeper classes. Yeah, they're sleeping all right, and they ain't waking up anytime soon, dog. Warrior, arms. Thunderclap damage increased by 30%. Cleave damage, 5%. Whirlwind damage increased 10%. Blade Storm, 5%. Ren's initial damage only, not periodic, increased by 15%. 10.05 talent tree update for arms will make for more flexible builds. However, their performance in AoE and dungeons and raids hasn't been where we would like relative to other specs, so we're just making it. So we're additionally making some tweaks to improve things. Fury, raging blow damage increased by 10%. Execute 15%. Rampage 10%. Annihilator 15%. Bloodthirst 10%. Bloodbath 5%. Despite a strong start to Season 1, Fury's performance has fallen behind where we'd like it to be in 10.05. We'll see some minor changes to their talent trees, but these are more related to encouraging build diversity and providing more throughput, so we're making some additional changes to help their damage output. Remains patch notes, wildhead.com or worldofwarcraft.com. Protection. Brace for Impact now increases block value by 3%. Was 5% per stack. Brutal Vitality now causes 10% of the damage you deal to add to your Ignore Pain. Was 15. By the way, this started at like fucking 50 on the beta. Shield Specialization now increases block value by 12% per rank. Was 15. Developers notes. This is the best part, guys. This is Sloot's fucking shit. Where Sloot was like, this is what they're gonna say in the blue post, and I think he actually worded it word for word. Protection warriors are currently dominating tank populations. While we do want all tanks to feel powerful, our data and overall perceptions of tanks puts protection warriors ahead of the pack. We're making some small talent adjustments that are over budget to help address this. Bro, it's so crazy. They were so hold on, I'm just crying right now. They were so overpowered in beta. Like, I don't know, man. Sloot said it. Sloot said it in some rant like a month ago. He's like, you're going to get a blue post from Blizzard. They're going to do a minor nerf to Prot Warriors and be like, Prot Warriors are currently dominating tank population. Like, what data are you looking at, bro? You know, like, that's minor nerfs, isn't it? Oh yeah, those nerfs ain't shit. Are you kidding me? They're not gonna full-blown nerf warrior tanks right now. Everyone's a fucking warrior. Look at Warcraft logs, right? Look at Raider IL. Look at the population of warriors versus other tanks. It's insane. Blizzard would piss off so many people if they were to giga nerf warriors. That's why, like, right now, they're just kind of like slowly nerfing warriors. Little things here and there. Nothing crazy. They're still the top tank. Oh, I think overall, you know, in terms of value, a value tank. But yeah, man. Well, I mean, I don't know. DKs are way up there. DKs with really good gear, right? The thing is, like, warriors aren't gear dependent. Death Knights are. You see a 380 DK trying to do a heroic raid versus a 405. It's night and day, right? Prot Warrior, you could have been a 370 warrior. You would have cleared heroic, no problem. Like, all the tanks I think are balanced really well. It's just Prot was way ahead. Like I said, Brutal Vitality literally started at 50% in the beta. It's now down to 15%. And it's going to go, well, now it's down to 10. I predict, like I said 2 months ago, it's going to go all the way down to 5 eventually. And then there's PvP changes. Gladiator's Distinction, that's a trinket set bonus. They decreased the primary stat by 40% and stamina increased by 35%. We've seen that overall PvP pacing, especially in arenas, has been very fast as players acquire more gear tier sets. This leaves less room for player reactions than we would like. In conjunction with the rest of the balance changes, we're adjusting the primary stat and stamina bonus from Gladiator's Distinction to help address this. And then there's a bunch of PvP stuff that I really don't read too much of because whatever. I don't PvP, but you can read it yourself on wowhead.com. You know, things. I'm sure because people's gear is getting more out of control and people are getting high item levels, they have to keep nerfing shit and buffing shit. Oh man, lots of comments. Hunter tuning where? And what about this double tap remove and steady focus shit? Dear Blizz, there's a spec in the game called Frost Death Knight that has been shit so far in Mythic Plus. I hope you give us some buffs instead of buffing Arms Warrior who's already doing a fucking over 1 million DPS in keys. Thank you. My man said, dear Blizzard, there's a spec called Frosty King. Oh my God. I just want to say, I love seeing the developer notes. It helps put into context what their goals are and helps the receipt of information. I agree. I think in the last like 2 expansions, seeing the developers note stuff kind of like gives people that feeling of, okay, they did this for this reason. And sometimes it's obvious reasons, like the Warrior Tank one. Whoa, thanks, Blizzard. 5% buff for Fire Mage. Now Fire Mage makes a lot more DPS. Not. Insane. Where's the Death Knight buffs at, man? Mage gets 3 fucking buffs in 5 weeks and we get 1. That's 5%, laughing my ass off. Well, you got 1. As an Ellie Shaman, it's always nice to see buffs. Unfortunately, the changes don't correct the gap in single target performance and do not address the damage fall off where weaving utility, which is quite often. Finally, Ellie buffs will help, but won't fix the single target AoE talent issues. Good start for Resto Shaman, but way not enough. That's actually true. All these hunters are upset. Yo, acid rain tuning Resto Shaman. Let's go. Yeah, hunters seem pretty upset in these comments, though. Hunters seem pretty upset. Nerfing Rogue and buffing Warrior. Brain dead. Oh, well. No one likes the double tap removal. Blizzard isn't listening. I thought double tap was the fun ability. Whenever I did play a hunter just for fun and shit, I always say, yo, double tap is fun as fuck, dude. That's like that double aim shot crit shit, right? Like big numbers, man. I like the big numbers.